Hi everybody, so this week you're going to be creating a digital color wheel. You might have created a color wheel before using paint, but this is going to be a little bit different. You're going to use your computer and this website Pixlr.com to create it. You're going to have primary colors, secondary colors, and tertiary colors in your color wheel, okay? So let's get started. We're going to go to Pixlr.com, which is Pixlr.com. Once you go to Pixlr, it gives you a lot of different options. All you have to worry about is right here, Pixlr E. That's what you're going to use, Pixlr E. So click on that. Then you're going to go to Create New. So right here on the left hand side it says History and then it says Create New. So you're going to click on that. It's going to give you a lot of different options as far as what size you want to create your page. We're going to go to Instagram. Click on that. And then right here on the right hand side, this is where you change the name of your document. So you're going to put your name. So I'm putting Miss Yasi. You're going to put your name. And then you are going to put the name of this project, which is, so I put a little dash, color wheel. Finally, the last thing you're going to do here is you're going to select background, and it gives you different color options for this, and we're going to just select white. Okay, so then you're going to press create. Now you have your page to work on. We're going to draw our color wheel first, so we're going to use some of these tools on the side to do this. The first one we're going to use, if you kind of hover over it, it's going to tell you what those tools are. We're going to go on here where it has like a square and a little circle shape behind it, and it's called shape. That's the tool that creates shapes and lines. So right here are your different shapes at the top, okay? And right here, see how it says fill? You want to turn that off. Okay, so this is on right here. You're going to turn that off so it doesn't fill up our shape. We don't want that. And then we're going to select the circle one. Okay, you're going to start up here kind of in the corner and you're going to click and so notice how nothing seemed to be happening. I'm going to press Ctrl Z. And it's because my color right here is white, and obviously white on white is not going to show. So see how below it has black? I'm just going to click on this where it says switch colors, and so now this is going to be black. And I'm going to go back, click the circle, and try it again. Now as you click, I want you to also hold down the shift key on your computer, okay? This is going to make it a perfect circle. If you don't do that, it can make oval shape and all kinds of things. But if I click shift, then no matter what I do, my shape is going to stay a nice circle. Okay. Now let's say this is not in the center of my page. I'm going to go here where it says arrange, and I click on that, and now I can click on my circle, somewhere on my circle, and I'm going to move it a little bit more towards the center. Voila, I am done, okay, with creating a circle. I'm going to go back to the shape tool, and I am going to select the line one this time. See, there's the shapes again. Here, I'm going to select line. Okay, this time I'm going to create a line going across this way, so a plus sign. Okay, just like how we did in school. Now for my line to stay nice and straight, coming straight down, I am just going to hold the shift button. Okay? It's not directly in the center. Try to make it, I'm going to Control Z it and try to make it more, remember Control Z just it just undoes things. You can also go to edit and undo if you do something that is like a mess up. Okay, you want to start kind of outside of your circle a little bit because we want to make sure it intersects with our lines for the circle. Okay, I'm going to start up here, and then I am going to come all the way down. And I'm pressing shift so I can make sure that my line is coming down straight. Okay, I'm going to do another line going horizontally this time. Click, hold shift, and then go across. Okay, now we want to divide each one of these pieces of pie by 3. Okay, to do that, we're going to start somewhere over here on the side. Okay, and this time I'm not going to press shift. I'm just going to go across, make sure I hit that middle section, and then go all the way across. I want to make sure that my line goes through the center. See how right here it doesn't go through the center? I want to keep moving my mouse until it goes towards the center and it intersects with the other side. Boom. Okay, I'm going to do it again. We start over here. Remember, we want 3 sections in each one of these. So I'm going to start over here, not in the middle, but on the side a little bit here. And then I'm going to go through the center and all the way across until I have crossed that point. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to come here now and then go across the center and all the way through to the other side. Okay, so I've done 2 sides all at once. Now they're not exactly perfect, but it will work. It's okay. Same thing here. You don't want to go in the center. You want to come a little bit to this side. If it's going to help you, you can mark it first. So you can put a little mark here and a little mark here so you know where you're starting from. And then start your line above it. Go through the center and all the way to the other side. Okay? I'm going to do the same thing to that one. Go through, so you don't want it to be like this, you don't want it to be like that, you want it to be through the center directly. There's my color wheel, just the start of it. Now I'm going to label the color wheel. So I'm going to come here on the layers side, see? Layers are kind of like, think of them as separate pages, and they're transparent. It's kind of like a see-through paper. Okay, so I'm going to do another layer, and it gives me options. Do I want an empty one, or with an image, or text? We're going to select text. Okay, now this is really big. We don't want our text to be this big, so when we select that, it also starts giving us options up here. And notice how the T is selected for text. Now I'm going to decrease that size. I can double click on it, okay, and I'm going to just type in 40. Okay, that is a good size. So then I'm going to come back and click on my text. I can double click on it, just double click, and then now I can change what is written here. We're going to do our primary colors first. As you know from the video, or you might have known from before, your primary colors are red, blue, and yellow. We're going to start with red. Okay. So I've finished typing it up. Now I'm going to move it because I don't want that text to be in the center of my page. So I'm going to click this arrange button, and I'm going to click on my red, and I'm going to put it somewhere in one of these pieces of pies. It doesn't matter where. Okay, I'll put it right here. Notice this little dot, blue dot at the top. If I click on that and I hold it and I move my mouse, it will make it rotate. Okay, so I can rotate it if I want to. I can do it sideways like that, red. Alright, I'm going to go back. Now I'm done with red. I'm going to do the same thing with blue and yellow. So click on the plus button, select text, and it's automatically what you had before. You don't have to do the readjusting of the size or anything. And this time I'm going to type blue. Once I've typed it, I'm going to go to the arrange tool, and I am going to move blue. Now pay close attention. I'm going to skip 3, right? And I'm going to bring the blue over here, down here. So I have 3 empty spaces between red and blue. And I'm going to click on the blue button and hold and turn. So my blue is turning that way, just to make it nice. I'm going to do the same thing with red now. I'm sorry, with yellow now. So click on the plus, so back over here. Now sometimes if these are not showing, that means you have to scroll to the right or left to be able to see all these tools. Okay, so click and then select text again. It is the same settings as before. All you got to do is type yellow. Go back to the arrange button so you can move it, and I'm going to move yellow right there, so that way I have 3 blank spaces between blue and yellow and 3 blank spaces between red and yellow. Just going to turn it a little bit so it's nice right here. So we have our primary colors over here. Now we're going to create our secondary colors. Again, over here, I'm going to look for that plus sign. Now I might not see it anymore here because I have so many layers. I'm just going to scroll up until I can see my plus sign again. Click on the plus sign, select text again. Our secondary colors are orange, violet, and green. Now if we mix red and blue, we're going to get violet. So I'm going to put violet here, or you can put purple. And I'm going to move it in the space, not right next to red, not right next to blue, but in between the space that's empty right here. That is between red and blue, because those are the 2 colors that create violet. Okay, or purple. And I want these other 2 empty spaces because I'm going to create other colors and put them in there. I'm going to do the same for red and yellow now. As you may know, red and yellow makes orange. Okay, so I'm going to go back right here on the side, click on my plus button, text, and I'm going to put orange. I'm going to go here on my arrange, move the orange between red and yellow because those are the 2 colors that create orange. Remember, you want 1 space empty on both sides of your color. Next one is going to be green. Click the layers, the plus, click text, and then type in green. Go here to arrange and move the green between, remember, not right next to yellow, skip 1, and right there in the middle. So there's 2 empty spaces next to it, and there is green. So those were our secondary colors. Orange, violet, and green are our secondary colors. Now we're going to look at all these are all separate pages where all our colors, our writings are on. Okay, now we're going to do another one. We have 5 more to go because we have all these 6 more to go because we have these empty spaces that we need to fill. You might think, what are some other colors that go here? Some of you may already know. Those are our tertiary colors, tertiary. So red and violet. So when we mix a primary color plus a secondary color, we get a tertiary color. So red, if we mix red and purple, we're going to get a color that's called red purple, okay? Or burgundy, some people call it. So I'm going to do the whole text thing again, and I'm going to put red hyphen purple or violet. Okay, go to my arrange tool, put that in between and where it belongs, between red and violet. Turn it. There it is. Going to do the same thing for the color between blue and violet. As you may guess, that is called blue violet. So I'm going to press my plus sign here, text, and I'm going to put blue violet. Go to arrange, move that. So I'm clicking on it, holding and moving my mouse, okay? And it's going to go between violet and blue right there. Now on to the next one, between green and blue. Now the reason that we don't say violet blue is because primary color goes first, then the secondary color's name is going to go. So blue is a primary color, green is a secondary color. So when we are thinking about the name for the color between blue and green, it's not going to be green blue, it's going to be blue green. Okay, so we're going to go here on the side again. Remember, if you can't see the plus sign, you gotta scroll down and you're going to click on plus. Text, and you're going to write blue hyphen green. Arrange, click on this, turn. Now as you're clicking, you might accidentally click on something else. Just be careful what you're clicking on. You will have a blue dot on whatever you're clicking, right? Blue dot, blue dot. So if you're trying to move this one, make sure the blue dot is right above blue-green. I'm going to do the rest of them more quickly. Yellow-green, it's going to go between yellow and green. Yellow-orange. It's going to go between orange and yellow. And lastly, red-orange. Now we're done with this. It will take some practice to do this, but as you're doing it, hopefully it will get easier. Alright, once you're done with creating your color wheel, you are going to go back to right here on the right hand side. Remember again, if you can't see it for whatever reason, you have to scroll to the sides. Okay, if this gets big and small, it's up here. If you need a certain size, just scoot this until you see the size that you want. Okay. All right, we're going to scroll down here and it says layer 1. That was our first layer that we created. So we're going to click on that, and that is where our circle is and everything. And we are going to start filling these up. So how are we going to do that? We are going to first select this bucket. It says fill, right? Then we're going to come here to our color. I'm going to start with my color blue. Okay, So right here, when I click on the color, right now it's on black, I am going to put this little circle, I'm going to click on this side. Okay, so wherever I click, that's where that color is, right here. It shows it right here. So I'm going to click right here in the corner. And then I'm going to scoot this little bar until I get to blue. Now when I start going to blue, I can go too far up and it's going to be kind of like a blue violet, or I can come down here and it's kind of this like light blue. I don't want that light blue. I'm gonna go with this kind of darker blue, right? We don't want this turquoise color. So we're gonna go right here, somewhere in the middle of this, and select that. And then we're going to click OK. So now we're going to fill where it says blue right here. So we have our color blue and we have selected the fill tool, okay? And now we're going to come here right on the blue. You see that plus sign? All I'm going to do is click, and look at that, it just filled it up. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the red. So primary colors first. So to switch this color over to red, if I don't switch it and click, it's just going to be blue, so Control Z. I'm going to come here, click on this, and now I'm going to go to red. I'm going to scoot this all the way up until I get to red. If I go too high up, I don't see anything, so a little bit down until I see the color red. Now if you come too far down, you're going to start seeing kind of that pink or red, what's it called? Red violet color. So we don't want that. You want to go all the way until you see more, not all the way up because then you can't see anything, but a little bit lower until you see this kind of pure red color. Okay. Select. And then come here to the red. Make sure your fill tool is selected by clicking on it, and here's the color red. The top one should be the one that you're filling it in with, and you're going to click on, bring your mouse tool over the red and click, and it fills it up with red. Same thing with yellow. I'm going to click here and I'm going to bring this little bar down all the way until I get to a yellow color. Now watch, if I go too high up, it's going to be a green, it's going to be a yellow green. If I bring it too far down here, it's going to be a yellow orange. So I want it somewhere in the middle where it gives me kind of that nice pure yellow. And I'll click on OK, and I fill it up right here by clicking on the yellow. Now it's going to be the secondary colors that we're going to do. Same way, click on here. Now the color that we want, we can go with orange or whichever one of these colors. So orange, we're going to scoot our bar down until we get this kind of nice pumpkin orange color up here. We're going to select once we get to our color, okay, and then click on orange. Let's move on to green. I'm going to come up here, right where I get to a nice green, then I am going to select that. Now, on the computer it's a little different. Our green is kind of this neon green, our pure green, versus maybe in like real life we might do some green that's more like that color, but it's fine. We're just going to go with the purest color right here. So right there in the corner, make sure that circle is right here in the top right hand corner, and go on to your green somewhere in the middle. If you go, remember, if you go too high up this way, it's going to be kind of that aqua color. If you go too far down here, it might be a yellow green. So you want it somewhere in the middle, and then click, and then say hold on, and say OK. We're going to fill up our green. And finally, our last secondary color is violet or purple. scoot your bar all the way up between red and blue. It's going to be somewhere over here, and there is your purple. It could be a little bit, yeah, there it is, right in the middle. Click OK. Violet, purple, and there it is. You have done your primary colors and your secondary colors. Now you're going to do your tertiary colors. So while we were selecting our colors, you might have seen other colors that kind of look red, but they weren't exactly red. They were kind of more on the purple side, or yellow that was kind of more on the orange side. So those are basically the colors that we need. So we're going to select this, and we can start off with our red violet. Okay, so right now it's on violet. What I'm going to do is now I'm going to go between red and violet. So I don't want to come too far up here where it's red, and I don't want to go here where it's purple. I want to be somewhere in the middle. Okay, more towards red. So there's my red violet. You decide which red violet you want, but it needs to be a color that's between red and violet. Now I'm going to do violet, blue violet. Click. Now this time you're going to bring the bar down between blue and violet and more towards the blue side. If you come really close to the blue, it's going to give you that kind of indigo color, but if you're more in the middle, it's like a blue violet. Select here. You can kind of tell. Once you fill it up, you can see, is it too blue? If you made it too blue, you can undo, come here, and go a little bit higher up and change it to see what difference that makes. Okay, next what we're going to create is going to be yellow green. Okay, so let's click on this. Now here is our yellow, here's our green, and we're going to go right here in between and more towards our green, but still close to yellow. Okay, so right there, I think that's a pretty good yellow green. Play around with it again to see how it looks like, especially once you fill it in, you can tell. Now let's go to yellow orange. I skipped our blue green. I'm going to go back to that. Let's do yellow orange. Here's our orange, here's our yellow. We want somewhere in between. So a little bit closer to orange. I think that's a good color for me. I'm going to click OK and fill it in. Pretty good. I can change that up. Maybe do it more on the orange side even. See the difference? So that's what I had. This is the new one. It's just slightly different. There. Okay, let's go back to this blue-green. So blue-green, we have this kind of like aqua color in between the blue and the green. It's okay, just skip that and just go more closer to the green. Okay, so something like that. And I'm going to maybe there. Okay, and fill it up. Alright, that's going to be our blue-green. I know it's weird because this blue is kind of, it wouldn't, if you mix this green and this blue, it wouldn't necessarily give you this color, but you get the idea that our color that's blue-green, it's in between our green and blue. It's kind of a mix of both. Now we're going to go to red-orange and we'll be done with our color wheel. So right here, here is red, here is orange, and somewhere in the middle is our red-orange. It's right there. Click on OK, fill it in. There it is, our red-orange, and you are done with your color wheel. Once you are done, okay, you are going to come here, File, Save, and remember to label your file as your name. So I'm going to put Miss Yasi for mine, and like a dash, and you're going to put color wheel. Okay, and just make sure this is JPEG and you are high quality. And high quality. Everything else you don't have to change. And you just put download. Now this is probably going to save directly to your downloads. Okay, so here are my downloads, right? And here is my color wheel that I created using Pixlr. Okay, to submit your color wheel, you're going to go to your class. You're going to go to the classwork and find this assignment, which is going to be called Pixlr Color Wheel Painting. View assignment. I'm going to attach the video here. Obviously, I'm making the video right now, so it's not available on this example, but it's going to be attached here so you can watch the video right from here. So what you're going to do, the main thing that you want to worry about is right here. It says add or create. You're going to click on the plus sign, and then you're going to select your file. Now if you saved it on your Google Drive, then you'll go here to Google Drive. If it's on the computer, which mine is, it's in my downloads folder, I'm going to click on file. I'm going to be in upload because I'm going to upload the file from my computer since mine is in the downloads folder, and it says select files from your device. I'm going to click on that, and then I know that it saved it automatically to my downloads, so I'm going to click here, and here is my file. It says Miss Yasi Color Wheel. If you can't find it, you can always do a search. Choose. My file is right here. I'm going to say upload. It's uploading it to my assignment. It's getting attached to my assignment. Once it's attached, then you're going to click turn in. And you're going to be done with your assignment. It says turned in up here. That's how you know you've turned it in. If you realize that you've made a mistake, you can always unsubmit it and turn it in again. This is due on Friday at 4 p.m.